Welcome back, guys. This is Tough Choice. I am your host, Kazeem Rahman, on the hot seat today. You saw the title. It's me again. How you doing? This is our deep dive episode. What we do in deep dives, basically what we do is we do would you rather questions. It's just me, but we go a little deeper. We analyze the pros and cons of each situation. It's more of an exercise on thoughts, an exercise on character, an exercise on ethics, an exercise on I'm thinking of a word and I can't find it. So you know how we do here, guys. We don't really waste any time. The game is Tough Choice. You must pick between the two choices. You must explain yourself. You get one pause, you get one pass. Let's start the show.
Let it begin. Let it begin.
Now, as you all already know this, every month we have a constant choice.
Constant.
And at the end of each month, I go through the constant choice and really give my final choice on the constant choice.
Constant.
So this month's constant choice was, would you rather snore at all times or pee every half hour? Now, throughout this month, what happened was that we had a lot of questions from these guests to really lock down what it means to snore all the time, what it means to pee every half hour. So snoring all the time, what does that mean? During the nighttime, you're snoring. Now, one thing no one ever asked, how loud are you snoring? Loud enough to where it can kind of be annoying, but it's still white noise to someone who's a regular sleeper. Someone who's a light sleeper can't sleep beside you. But someone who's a regular sleeper or a deep sleeper, if they can fall asleep during like a white noise kind of situation, then they're good. And snoring at all times during the day means you're a light mouth breather. I will demonstrate right now because I know you guys want to know, Kazeem, can you imitate a mouth breather? Yes, I can. Listen. That is snoring at all times. Now, what does it mean to pee every half hour? Every half hour, on the half hour, you need to go pee. And it's not one of those situations where you can kind of hold it for 15 minutes. I know those situations, right? Not one of these. You need to go pee. Like you will be in a little bit of pain if you don't go pee, and the pain will just escalate. And not while you're sleeping. We will be fair. We don't want people wet in the bed. We want people to get decent night's sleep. So we will be fair. Okay. Pros and cons of snoring at all times. Okay. I mean, listen. The pro is that you will sleep just fine. I've done a little research. Snoring just means something's wrong with like your nose a little bit, but it doesn't really affect your sleep. So you'll sleep just fine and you'll be fine. You'll annoy other people. That's a con. But the pros is that it doesn't really hurt you. Snoring at all times doesn't really hurt you physically or mentally. Now, the cons. Okay, so if you are married, if you have a significant other, if they don't prefer the snoring, that's a problem. That can be a problem, okay? Because you're snoring like loud enough. You know what I mean? And you're probably not going to make as many more friends as you have right now. Because if you instantly start breathing from your mouth, right? You're going to lose the fake friends, definitely. You're definitely going to lose the fake friends, but the real friends will stick around. The real friends will always stick around, and that's a good thing. So snoring at all times has one pro, which is a good pro, but it's not really a pro, in my opinion, if it means that you're just not harming yourself. That's not really a pro. That's just a thing. Peeing every half hour on the hour, I would lose my mind. And I'm only talking about me. I'm only talking about me, myself. I Kazeem, right? The guru of intellectual ignorance, me. That's the only person I'm talking about right now. If I have to pee every half hour, on the half hour, I will lose my fucking mind. It will be gone. It will be gone. Who can handle that? And I know some of you were like, oh, Kazeem, why don't you just drink water? I drink water all the time. I pee every half hour. That's my life. That's your life, bitch. That is your life. I don't want that. I don't want that life. I do not want that life at all. Peeing every hour. Oh my God. I'm imagining it right now. Like after this episode, I would have to go pee. And that's the thing. It doesn't mean, to the best of my knowledge, it doesn't mean at least that you pee at 8 and then 8:30 and then 9 and then 9:30 and then 10. It just means when you wake up, boom, 30-minute timer starts. And then it starts like that for the rest of the day. And then you can go to sleep. And then you wake up, boom, 30-minute timer starts. Listen, I am not a big name stand-up comedian just yet. We're working on that. We're doing live shows. We're going to be headlining more. We're going to be doing some road work. Now, the problem with that is that I will be doing some road work. And if you don't know about stand-up comedy, that means I'm going to be driving a lot. So if I have to pee every half hour, do you know how strategic I'm going to have to be? Do you know how many empty bottles I'm going to have in my car to pee every half hour on the half hour? That's the con. That is the con, right? The pro is that you're not necessarily, you're not like harming anybody. You're not harming anybody with the snoring either, but you can like lose friends. You can like affect other people's, fragile hearts or whatever. I don't know. I will say this. After this month, I honestly say I'm confident when I say I'm perfectly fine snoring at all times. Because peeing every half hour, I don't have the time management like that. Honestly, I do not have the time. I wish I did. I wish I had the time management, but I don't. I really don't. And I think I can figure it out eventually. But if I'm talking about right now, I don't have the time management. So we're going to have to go not pee every half hour. We're going to have to go with snore at all times because it seems like an easier thing. No. Now that I'm thinking about it. Well, no. Yeah. Here's what I just thought that I just said no. Now that I'm thinking about it and no. Yeah. If I'm a stand-up comedian and I'm a mouth breather, that means I'm breathing into the mic at all times. And that can suck if you don't have control of the audience or if you're not that good of a stand-up comedian, that they're going to notice you mouth breathing. At the same time, if I'm a stand-up comedian and I'm on stage for like 40 minutes, I can't be taking pee breaks. I can't be taking pee breaks on the job. So I gotta snore at all times. All right. That was our constant choice for the month of March.
Constant.
Let's continue. Would you rather have 12-inch pubic hair you can't trim or have one nipple in the middle of your chest? I think we've done this question in March already. I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes I misplace cards, but this doesn't seem hard. If you have 12-inch pubic hair that you can't trim, that's long, you're going to overheat. And I don't see a pro in that, right? I'm not a hippie. I'm not a beach bum. I don't like the beach. I'm more of a city guy. I don't like, hipster things. You won't see me with a can of kombucha or anything like that. Why would I need to have 12-inch pubic hair, right? The only thing you can do really to protect yourself is to braid it. 12-inch pubic hair, you got to braid it, right? And my pubic hair, no one's pubic hair, I don't know. I don't know what other men's pubic hairs are like. but I can only speak for my pubic hair. And this might be too much information. I don't know. Here's the thing. I'll put some music on so it can lighten the mood. My pubic hair is not like long and straight. It's really curly. So it's gonna be a little hard to just braid it, right? Unless I use some chemicals to maybe relax the thing. Who wants to put chemicals next to their pubes though? You know what I mean? That's dangerous situation. That's a dangerous area. So I don't want to do the pubic hair. So you can only braid it. It's 12 inches. You can't trim. That's going to suck. Now, have one nipple in the middle of your chest. Man, that's weird. Man, that is weird. It doesn't say you don't have any boobs. You still have your boobs. You still have your breasts, male breast and female breast. You still have them, but now you only have one nipple in the middle of your chest. I will say this. If I had to do this in real life, I would pick the one nipple simply because I can just do a bunch of push-ups every single day. Every day is another 1,000 push-ups. And my chest would be so ripped. You're gonna care about the nipple in the beginning, but then you're gonna be like, oh, he just has like a small birth defect. I can play it off. I can play off one nipple. I have a small birth defect. And with that, I'm going to start a GoFundMe. I'm going to get on a talk show. Kelly hit me up. Jennifer hit me up. Sherry hit me up. Steve doesn't have a talk show anymore, but you know, those three. Tamron Hall hit me up. Those four. Come on. Drew Barrymore has a show for some reason. Those five. Come on. Somebody hit me up. I got one nipple in my chest. GMA, Today Show, The View. I would love to go on The View. If I could talk to Whoopi Goldberg about the one nipple in my chest, I feel like one, I would get the followers immediately because listen, if I'm on a talk show, you know I'm going to promote the pod. You already know what I'm going to do. You already know what I'm going to do. Tough Choice Podcast, Kazeem Comedy on all platforms, KazeemComedy.com, website up now. You know what I mean? Come on. So yeah, I have to just have the one nipple. 12-inch pubic hair is weird. And here's the thing, I wouldn't say it's weird because very, very few people will see it. At the same time, you have to stay cognizant of the heat that will happen in your crotch if it's 12 inches of pubic hair. You gotta go commando for that, bro. You got to go commando for that. All right, let's continue. Would you rather live in a hamster ball or you're a walking human magnet that attracts all metals and ruins electronics? Okay, I'm trying to think. Pros and cons of living in a hamster ball. I feel like words matter, and I feel like saying that if you live in a hamster ball, it doesn't mean you can't leave. It just means you live in a hamster ball. I'm assuming that since we didn't put a size on the hamster ball, it is true to size in correlation to your body, right? Maybe the size of a car, we can say, is the size of the hamster ball. Living in a hamster ball, I mean, you can move around. You can move let's say it's also, okay, what's the hamster ball made out of? I mean, let's say it's made out of Kevlar, a thick let's say it's made out of the plastic that they make bulletproof glass from. Although I don't know if it's bulletproof glass. I don't know why I feel like bulletproof glass is just glass that's just uber thick, but I'm not 100% sure because I've never tried to rob a bank before. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. So cons of living in a hamster ball is that your social life is done. Your if you have any relationship, that's done. Very rare that your parents will like come visit you. You live in a hamster ball, bro. So, and what does it mean? It means what it means. It means what it means. What does living in a hamster ball mean? When you live somewhere, that's where you live. And I'm sure hamster balls have to be like outside, or will hamster ball be attached to something as in like a true hamster ball? Oh, no, 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 no. Words matter. What I was thinking about, the hamster ball being attached to something, I'm thinking about a hamster wheel. I'm not talking about a hamster wheel right now, guys. I'm talking about a hamster ball. Those hamster balls can move around. So now basically I'm in a trailer home or an RV. I live in like an RV that's really a hamster ball. But if I want to move it, I have to do the moving. So if I have to do the moving from inside the ball, first of all, I'm about to be ripped. Oh my God. I'm about to be so ripped. It's not even funny. Also, I mean, where am I going to use the restroom? Where am I? I don't know. What's the next option though? You're a walking human magnet that attracts all metal and ruins electronics. The problem is that knives are metal. That's all I'm going to say. The simple fact that knives are metal, I can't do the human magnet. Ruining electronics, I'm fine with. I don't care. Genuinely, I do not care whatsoever. Ruin all the electronics you want to ruin. But I can't be a human magnet. I can't. So I got to live in this hamster ball that I'm assuming acts like an RV. And if it's an RV, I'm fine. I mean, I would hope that it wouldn't be see-through, but we know what it means. We know what it means. And I can leave the hamster ball to go perform comedy. I have to bring the hamster ball with me, right? It's going to be going down the highway. I'm going to be wheeling down the highway at a slow pace, but still wheeling. If you need me, I got you. You know what I mean? So I got to do the hamster ball. Would you rather live in a house made out of bounce house material or have to wake up every morning by having an iced bucket of water dumped on your head? Okay. I'm an adult and I'm trying to think why I feel this is an easy question. And some people might not feel that way. Some people really hate iced water. The pros and cons of that are it's not really killing you. It's not that dangerous. You have to you have to clean your room every morning, right? And what does it mean? Woken up every morning, does that mean, oh, I can just sleep on the floor and blah, blah, blah? You know what it means. You know what it means, right? If you happen to fall asleep on the couch that day, okay, cool. Ice bucket on the couch. But normal people, let me not say normal people, a normal amount of people will sleep on their bed. And every morning, they're going to get up and they're just going to try to, I don't know. They're going to try to wake up. And it's time to get up with iced water. And that's what I'm picking. I'm not even thinking about the bounce house material because words matter. As I've been saying all year, I've been saying all this podcast, I've been saying all month, words matter. It does not say you're living in a bounce house. It says your house is made up of bounce house material. That is weak material if we're comparing the type of material being used to build a house. That is weak material. So it's tough, right? We've all been, well, let me not say we've all been. I'm not sometimes I try to flex my privilege. I've been in a bounce house once or twice when I was younger and I didn't like it. because it was just weird to me. And I don't really like bounce houses. So having a house filled of bounce house material, I disagree. I can't do that. I'm going to wake up every morning with this ice water. And guess what? Oh, I'm going to be awake. I'm going to be awake. I don't need alarm. I really don't need an alarm clock right now. I'm just going to be awake. We're going to have to do laundry a lot. We're going to have to put towels everywhere a lot. But it's all worth it. All right, let's do some what would you do's. A mad scientist offers to grow you a second head. Sure, you'll look weird, but imagine the talk show opportunities. What do you do? I'm not growing a second head. Yes, the talk show opportunities will be great. Here's the problem, and maybe I'm a little bougie, maybe I'm a little old school. If I have a second head, there are no talk shows out right now that I'd want to go on. Oprah's gone. Ellen's gone. Steve Harvey's gone. Ricky Lake is gone. Maury is gone. Jerry Springer's practically gone. Right? You want to go on Judge Mathis? That's a court show. Who am I suing with my two heads? Nobody. I don't want to. He's offering. I'm going to deny. All right. Your cat starts talking and suggests that maybe you should move out. There isn't enough room in the house for the both of you. What do you do? I like how this question didn't really address the talking cat problem. You guys were just like, hey man, the cat's talking and he has some opinions. What do? I do whatever the fucking cat tells me to do. And then eventually I try to murder the cat. What are you all talking about? You think I'm going to let a cat kick me out of my house? I'm going to let him think he's winning. And then I'm going to go get a gun. I'm going to come back. I'm going to shoot the cat. What's the problem? That's easy. All right. A fairy flies into your bedroom and says you need to come with her. Neverland is in danger. The only problem is if you leave, you'll stop aging and time flows quicker over there. When you get back, your friends will be 10 years older. This question is implying that I would win a war, come back, and be fine. And just be the same age. The problem I'm having is that I don't really care about Neverland. I don't really care. You know what I mean? I can't name you one black lost. Yes, I can. There was one in the movie. There were two in the movie. In Hook. Not like the cartoon Peter Pan, but the adult live action Peter Pan with Robin Williams. And I want to say that was Dustin Hoffman. Who knows? I just know that movie was my jam. I used to watch it all the time. At the same time, if a fairy flies into my room and says Neverland is in trouble, when I wake up after I faint, of course, because you're going to faint. Come on, don't judge me. I don't judge you. You don't judge me. This is a tough choice. You know what I mean? So I'm going to faint. You already know that's going to happen. Let it go. So after I faint and I wake up, the fairy wakes up. I'm assuming the fairy is still going to be there. Neverland's in trouble. She needs my help. She's not going nowhere, you know? So I'm going to ask her a couple questions. I'm going to be like, hey, one is like is this the Neverland with Peter Pan, or is this like a different kind of Neverland? You know what I mean? Like, what if it's a Neverland with like 50 Cent? That Neverland I'd help. I'm a 50 Cent fan, right? I grew up on his music. I would help 50 Cent Neverland. But if it's like Neverland for like, I don't know, Ted Cruz from Texas, senator from Texas, I'm good on that, man. I'm good on that. So I would ask her some questions that would depend on what I would do. Most likely I'm not going to say Neverland. I'm good. Last one. When wandering in the forest, you find an old sword stuck in a stone. You pull it out, and the ghost of King Arthur appears in front of you. He says, "You're the chosen one." What do you do? All right. Now, hear me out. Just hear me out. This might be a little controversial, right? What I'm going to do is live up to my destiny. What the fuck are y'all talking about? You think I'm not going to live up to my destiny? What are you saying? I pull out a sword. First of all, in reality, I'll be fair. If I am walking in the woods and I see a sword in a rock, I'm going to just keep walking. I'm not pulling out the sword. I'm not pulling out the sword. You know it. I know it. I know you're not going to do that. I will say this. I'm not. Okay. This is more of a race and a gender. We call them, how do I say this without sounding mean? We call them dangerous white men that will pull out swords from rocks. I don't call them dangerous. Let's be fair. Silly, college-aged guys, not just white, and we'll be fair also, not just white. Silly, college-aged guys will try to pull out the sword from the rock. Now, no one does it, then it's mine. And I'm going to do it. But I'm not going to, I don't want to pull out the sword from the rock, if I'm being honest with you. But since I already did, if King Arthur appears and says I'm the chosen one, I'm going to live up to my destiny and I'm going to live my life. And the rest will figure itself out. You know, because I don't know. I don't know. I hope when he says I'm the chosen one, it doesn't mean like I have to go fight a dragon. Now that I'm really thinking about it, because King Arthur was like in the medieval times. So, man, if I have to fight like a warlock or some shit, I'm going to be angry, dog. I'm going to be so angry if King Arthur just appears in front of me and is like, "You are the chosen one." This is my King Arthur impression. "You are the chosen one. You need to understand where your loyalties lie." What? Time out. What are you talking about, King Arthur? All the loyalty should be me. I'm the chosen one, right? No, that's not what the chosen one means. I'm not good at improv. You know what I mean? Man, this is kind of harder than I thought when I was just reading the question out loud just now. I don't know what I would do. I would be freaked out. A ghost just came up in front of me. I wouldn't know who it was, right? The ghost would say, "I'm King Arthur." I wouldn't believe him. I would just try to hit him with my sword, probably tell him to get away from me. I would drop the sword and run. I don't know, so many things I would do, right? But then at the end, of course, I would live up to my destiny. Come on now, it's my destiny. If I'm the chosen one, I'm the chosen one. I'm him. I'm him Henderson. I'm Himi Hendrix. You know what I mean? So, guys, that is our episode. This has been Tough Choice with Kazeem Rahman. You can find me online at Kazeem Comedy. That's Kazeem Comedy on all social media platforms. My website, KazeemComedy.com or KazeemRahman.com, takes you to the same place. So if you have a tough choice question or a Mary Fuck Kill you want us to consider, email toughchoice@outlook.com. That is toughchoice@outlook.com. I've been Kazeem Rahman. You guys have been amazing. Bye.